Hello everybody, we're back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild. I woke up like 20 minutes ago and realized that I didn't have a video ready for today, so apologies if this seems a little bit rushed. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a rifle that I've always considered to be a underrated rifle that not a lot of people really use, and a lot of times they just pass over completely whenever leveling up their account. The 270 is a very underappreciated rifle, and I figured today we would give it a little bit of appreciation. And we are going to do so by hunting some bighorn sheep and mule deer in multiplayer on Silver Ridge Peaks. Well, I would say that's a pretty good way to start the day off, a level 4 bighorn that scores between 147 and 168. Not a bad estimate for a level 4. But as I was saying, the 270 is very often a weapon that gets completely skipped during the leveling up process. A lot of people will go straight to the 7mm, as it is unlocked pretty quickly. There we go, getting that shot into it. But it honestly is a decent rifle. It's obviously nowhere near as powerful as the 7mm, but it is quite a bit better than the 243, and it always gets skipped over because you get the 7mm so quickly. But it can actually do really good on deer-sized animals and tends to take them down pretty quickly. 148 on the score, definitely not a bad bighorn sheep to start the day off. Well, that is a pretty nice looking mule deer right there. I think we're going to get lined up on it. Let's just get ready with the 270. And once he goes broadside, we will take the shot. Here we go. Only going to be a single lung hit, but that should be enough to take it down somewhat quickly. You know, with this video being the first one in a while where we've talked about an underrated rifle that I think really needs to be used more and deserves a little bit of recognition, do you guys think we should bring back the underrated weapons series, since we've had a lot of new guns added to the game since the last time that we were able to actually do this series? There's definitely been a lot of stuff added, and there's also been some changes, and as you could imagine, with brand new rifles and handguns coming to the game, some that used to get used a lot might not get used anymore. Some of the new ones might also be considered underrated. So would you guys like to see a season 2 of underrated weapons? Let me know down in the comments as always, and also leave a like on the video if you haven't already, as it does help quite a bit with getting this video out to new viewers. Well, that's a pretty good mule deer, and once again, spooked off from mountain lions, which is really par for the course if we're being honest. That really is the typical thing on Silver Ridge Peaks. Literally every hunt, a ton of stuff is spooked by mountain lions, and I don't feel like that's going to change anytime soon. It seems like that is going to be just how it is on Silver Ridge Peaks. And just like that, we got ourselves a beautiful heart shot on that mule deer and dropped it on the spot. So there is that mule deer right there that we got that beautiful heart shot on. 256 on the score. Definitely not bad. You can see the penetration is really good on the 270. The only downside it really has is the fact that if you only get the lungs, it's not going to kill it instantly like a lot of rifles would. And I feel like that is why the 270 doesn't get used a lot, is because it doesn't have that drop shot capability on stuff like whitetail deer. It does take a little bit for them to die, but it's still plenty quick enough to where you can get away with using the rifle and still be pretty efficient. Well, that's an amazing thing to see. We've got ourselves a level 5 mule deer. That is exactly what I was hoping to find today, as it's been a long time since we got ourselves a trophy mule deer. Let's try to get close to this guy and take him down with the 270. I think that's Big Rack. Oh my gosh, this is Big Rack. No way. Of course we find it when I'm trying to make a last second video because I didn't have a video ready for today. That would of course be the time where we find it. But I think we can make this shot. This should still be a pretty easy shot to make. This is exactly what I was hoping to find today in multiplayer. Let's try to get him while he's still. I don't want to mess this shot up. Oh, I don't like the way he's got his head turned. That should be good. That should be a good hit right there. Oh my gosh. What a monstrous mule deer. I've only ever killed one of the Big Rack mule deer out of probably 10 diamond mule deer. I've seen around 10 diamond mule deer since they released the true racks for them, and I've only got one of this rack, so this is actually incredible to find. And to take it down with what I consider to be the most underrated rifle in the game just makes this moment even better. I've had a lot of people asking me how they can get a lot of diamonds recently, and this really is a phenomenal option. Multiplayer hopping is a great way to get yourself some diamonds, and this is why. We found ourselves a level 12 server, and it was absolutely loaded. And you guys might be thinking, what do you mean by absolutely loaded? There's only been one diamond. Well, what I mean by absolutely loaded is the fact that there is virtually no drink zones at any of the lakes. Typically, that means that they are completely unsearched, and most likely, the person that is on the map hasn't had a chance to find the diamonds and rares that could be on it. So it gives you a great opportunity to go find those diamonds and rares for yourself. Now, let's go ahead and claim this guy before any weird multiplayer stuff happens, as we do have a lot of disconnecting issues recently with multiplayer in Call of the Wild. So let's go ahead and grab that 330. Oh my gosh, what a giant. That is a huge mule deer right there. That is such a massive mule deer, and I believe it's max weight as well. Yeah, that is max weight. Wow, what an insane find. What an insane mule deer trophy. I can't believe that. This is the last thing I expected to find during a last second video where I just needed to get something made so that I would have some content for you guys today. And well, Silver Ridge Peaks multiplayer delivered as always. I can always count on Silver Ridge to give me something when I need it. And as you can see, the 270 did pretty good on it. We got well into the lung. Managed to get it at a pretty quartering angle as well. I'd say it did pretty decent. Definitely wasn't any issues with penetration there, and we got right into that lung and took this beast down. Not gonna lie, I was pretty excited and surprised to see that level 5 because this is mainly what we've been seeing on this server. The small level 4s and decent looking level 3s. There hasn't really been anything just massively giant besides one of those mule deer that we ended up taking out a little bit before it. Man, it still takes some time to get used to that new spook distance with the last big update. It's been over a month since that dropped, and I'm still not fully used to how things are now. Well, there we go. That is a very nice looking level 4. It is on the small side, but this is a rack that I do actually like quite a bit. I've got a rare mule deer with this exact rack. I believe it is a melanistic, and it looks really good. I'd love to get an albino with this rack if possible one of these days, but right now, that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening today. So that is looking like a pretty nice bighorn sheep to take down. Let's try to get this guy to stop moving and give us a good angle, because I don't want to try and take him while he's running. That would not end well. But that right there looks like a pretty good hit. And yeah, he is going down immediately. There is that beautiful bighorn sheep. Let's take a look at the damage. 147.87 on the score, and a beautiful double lung hit from that 270. Yeah, honestly, the 270 is very good for stuff the size of a bighorn or a white-tailed deer. Once you get up to the mule deer, it takes a little bit longer to kill them, but it does great on stuff the size of a bighorn. As you guys could see, it died within like 3 seconds of being shot. Definitely not too bad, and I really don't understand why more people don't use the 270. It's actually a pretty viable rifle. You know, the more I look at this right here, this is our old big rack. It scores 8 points higher than the one that we just got. Are they even the same rack? That makes me wonder. I think we're going to remove one of these trophies here. I don't know which one, though. I mean, we could remove one of these up here, but I don't know if I really want to. Well, I think we'll go with this feral goat, even though it is a fur type that I really like, because I want to get a look at both of these to see if they are the same rack. I mean, it looks like it. I guess this one's just much lower scoring than this guy over here. But that's still pretty cool. That is a massive mule deer as well. You love to see it. You love to see these absolute beasts of mule deer. And honestly, I think that's what brings me back to mule deer hunting quite often whenever I haven't hunted them in a while, because they're just such a fun animal to hunt. They're very plentiful on Silver Ridge Peaks and pretty much any map that they're on, and the diamonds are massive looking. I really hope one of these days we get a great one mule deer, because if we do, it's going to be pretty insane. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know if you want me to bring back the underrated weapons series, because I definitely think it's about time that we bring it back for a season 2. and kind of go through all the weapons once again that I feel are underrated in the game. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Also, leave a like if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are incredibly close to 100k subs, and I would love for you guys to be a part of the Scarecrow and join us on that journey to 100k. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!